This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
Welcome back. Most moms struggle to find a balance between giving kids the foods they like and the foods that are healthy, but it is possible. This morning we have dietitian Carrie Snyder here this morning to break it down for us. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. So the first question is, why is it that we crave junk food? Because I know I'm the one person that literally, I try to eat healthy, but those chips, that chocolate, that soda just taste so good.
Well, one reason we eat junk food is, like you said, it's that craving is one thing. Accessibility. So if we have the chips and things at home in the cupboard, easily accessible. If it's the donuts are in the break room, easily accessible. The chocolate sitting on our desk, all of those things. And then the biggest thing is kind of knowing when it comes to snacking isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's when we're grazing or we're going for those junk style foods when we don't even know, like we're not hungry at all. It's because we're bored or we're mindless eating.
Right. Or like, sitting at the computer desk at work, working on something, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll have some chips or whatever it may be. And then the next thing you know, your whole bag of chips is gone.
You're bored, you're tired, emotional eating, all those different things.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do some healthy alternatives to some of our favorite snack foods. So do you want to start off from one end and work our way?
Yeah, we'll start here on the right side.
This is scary, by the way.
And this is one of those things, a lot of times we don't think of maybe the beverages we're consuming as snack foods, but a lot of our beverages can add up quickly when it comes to calories. And this here is just a amount of sugar that is in a 20-ounce bottle of regular soda, okay? And something that's becoming more consistent that you can find now is the liter of soda.
Yeah.
But the liter, it's 33 ounces, very similar to our 32-ounce drinks that we get. So this here is an example of the amount of sugar that's in that liter.
Wow.
So I really recommend, if you can, figuring out, knowing where you're at, seeing if you can cut back on that soda or any of those sugary drinks.
Okay.
Trying to go with water as much as you can, or something that's more of like a sparkling water.
Okay,
that
has a little flavor to it.
It has the flavor, because we have a lot of kids that may not like just plain water, but that then has that little bit of carbonation to it, like soda does. It's all kinds of different flavors. The kids like lots of those different fruit flavors.
Perfect.
The next area a lot of times we think of is when we think of those snack foods and junk foods, it's a lot of times broken down into those salty, savory, or those sweet things. One thing that I always talk to parents a lot of times, or just adults, we a lot of times think of some of those granola bars as healthy options, but sometimes they have as much sugar in them as candy bars. So this is one brand that I like. It's just a fruit and nut bar, and it's going to be a little bit higher in protein, lower in sugar than a lot of your other candy bars or your granola bars.
Okay.
And then the other thing is just doing nuts. We're making a trail mix. And nuts, we usually say about an ounce is a serving. Well, this here is about what an ounce looks like.
Wow.
And that right there is it's 160 calories. So that's where nuts, you do not want to sit down
That's probably
and just eat from the container. You really
nuts,
want, you want to portion things out.
Okay.
Another option that's always great is popcorn. Instead of, and this is a light popcorn, doesn't have any butter, just has some white cheddar cheese on it. For this bowl, for an ounce, is about 130 calories.
Oh, that's not bad. And that could fill you up too.
Yes.
So.
And then doing some other options besides your crackers and chips.
Okay. And then over here, I had mentioned how cute this is. And you said that they do sell this, and this is half a cup.
Yes. If you are buying like a half gallon of ice cream, on the side of it, the serving is a half cup. Well, this is what it looks like. A lot of times we are not eating a half cup. We're eating a cup and a half. So when it comes to these, what we say there are those junk foods, sometimes it's not that we have to get rid of them totally out of our life. It's just thinking about portion size. This is a nice little portion size. Not having the gallon or half gallon in the freezer at home, but being intentional about when you're going out and getting something like that.
Okay.
Going and just getting that dollar cone if you're wanting some ice cream. not having it there in the house.
Okay.
And then Greek yogurt, it's always a great substitute. And then fruit, you know, I always tell people if you're doing fruit or doing veggies, try and combine it with something that has some protein in it too. So doing your fruits with maybe some peanut butter or some butter, veggies with hummus, something like that. It's going to help, that little bit of fat and that protein, it's going to help fill you up.
Okay.
But the biggest thing when it comes to those snacks is knowing why, like we were talking about at the beginning, why are you snacking? Is it because you're hungry?
Right.
If it's not because you're hungry, figuring out why, you know, is it just because it's there and you're
Right.
bored? And start kind of tackling those reasons why.
And another good thing you can also do is sometimes I do, and I say sometimes very loosely, I would like to do it more, is to pack a healthy little snack with you.
Yes.
So when you do go to work and when you do want something crunchy, eat little baby carrots or something like that,
Yes.
as opposed to the chips or anything like that. So,
Exactly. Plan ahead, because if you allow yourself to get really hungry, we're more apt to then go for those higher sugar, high fat things,
right.
and have less control over what we're doing.
Well, thank you so much. This is all great examples and, you know, actually really good and tasty examples too, because sometimes when you think of healthy food, a lot of people are like, doesn't taste good, but these look good. So thank you so much, Carrie. What we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com, and we'll link up your information too if any of our viewers have any questions. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
We'll be right back.